Okay. All right, recording, recording, recording. Red, red. Awesome. All right, thanks for coming, guys. So how many of you guys are actually running the Princeton offense? And as you guys are watching online, I'm going to come back and do questions with you guys. So just type in question if you have a question in the chat on Zoom. So when I come back and look, I can actually find out, hey, I can scroll through your conversations if you're having conversations with each other and find the questions, and I'll come back in breaks and make sure I get your questions as well. But for you guys, how many of you guys are running it right now? Just started to. And what's the biggest reason what's it doing for you guys, or what are you hoping to get out of it?
Just better opportunities to score.
Yeah, I'm not on that video. There we go. Just better opportunities to score. Yeah. So it's like so when I talk to coaches who are just deciding to run it for the first time, because some of us are already kind of tinkering with it, some of us are running it a lot, some of us are trying to figure out, okay, we've installed it, we've been doing it for a couple of years, what do we do next? Where do we go next with it? How do we adjust? And for the coaches who are just starting out with it, the offense is really for me, when I think of the Princeton offense, I'm thinking of, I know we're going to win the games that we're supposed to win, or hopefully we win all. There's three different teams that we always see on our schedule. There's teams that we are clearly better than, all right? Team you guys played last night, all right? Then there are teams that we are pretty much evenly matched with, talent-wise, skill-wise, evenly matched. And then there are those teams that are just clearly better than us. They're 15 points better. You know, we come in and play the best game that we can possibly play, we might be within 10, 15 points. So it's kind of like when I'm trying to figure out who do I want to beat, when I'm preparing for who I want to beat, I want to try to beat that guy. I want to beat that team that's better than us. And if we're preparing to beat the team that's better than us, the teams that we're clearly better than, you guys should show up, and if you play hard like you guys do, you guys beat them by 40, okay? And then when you're playing teams that are about as talented, work just as hard as you guys, well coached as you guys are, now it's going to be like who's fourth quarter is going to come down, 5-point swing either way. Who's going to execute? Who's going to make plays? Who's more disciplined? Who's got a stronger mindset at the end of the game? And but if you don't have an answer for the teams that are bigger, faster, stronger than you, if you're running a run and gun system and you can beat everyone on your schedule except those top 8 teams because they run and gun too, but they just have better players, you have to have a contrasting style because they're just better at that than you are. And that's why I like to run. That's why I choose the Princeton offense. That's why I was like, hey, I can speed it up a little bit if I need to. I can slow it down a lot if I need to. And I can contrast the style of who we're playing with, of who we're playing it for. So what I define it as it's a structured, I define it as a structured motion offense. Once you start putting it in, and so once you start layering series on series, I consider it's like a motion offense because the players are going to have options. If you're setting a screen, they can back cut, they can curl, they can use it once you allow them to. Or you can say, hey, we're only going back door until that defense solves that problem. Then we can say, okay, now let's flip it around, and now let's go ahead and, hey, they're negotiating that action real well. Now let's start curling, see if we can get the screener back open. But Jim Burson at Muskingum University in Ohio, a small D3 school in Ohio, he was kind of one of the first guys who broke this offense down to where other coaches could understand it. And he called it an optional phasing offense, which I really like because the players have the option to do this, phase this way, or they have an option to phase this way. And once we get to all that terminology, we'll get to all of that as well. But one of the big things I really wanted to start out with is basically on the player side, because your program's only going to be as good as your players are. Your players are going to take you as far as your players can take you. Choosing the offense, choosing the strategy, because the strategy is one thing. I look at strategy as this is the style we need to play. This is the contrasting style we need to play. And the tactics are kind of like the X's and O's. So if you want to run the Princeton offense up-tempo, you can run it up-tempo. If you want to run it really fast, you can run it really fast. If you want to slow it down to a crawl, you can slow it down to a crawl. But your players, as good as we need to develop them in a way that they're going to be disciplined with their own skill work so that they can execute on the court. But one of the big things that I want these guys to learn is and understand is how to create separation. Because one-on-one, we need to be able to create separation, with the ball, with a cut. So you guys were pretty good with the ball last night. You guys cut pretty well. We're going to make you guys cut a lot better today. and really emphasize it. And once they understand why they got to cut this way, how they, all the little tricks that they can do to create separation. Because if they can't create separation, they can't get open. If they can't create separation, they can't get to the basket and get open for, they can't get that layup. They can't get that driving angle if they can't create separation. So that's going to kind of be kind of a theme that we start out with. So give me the black group out here, and go ahead and each one of you grab a basketball. I tell you what, white group, go ahead and grab one, just let me have, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give me 6 white guys behind them with the basketball as well. Just one basketball. So all these guys got a basketball. Hey, white group, you guys don't need one. You guys don't need one. Now grab me one too. I need one. Here. There you go. Yep. Okay. So when we talk about what we want you guys to do with the basketball, Princeton, when you watch Joe Scott and Chris Mooney and John Thompson III and Pete Carrillo and Bill Carmen, all these guys talk about, if you ever go watch them, I've seen the Air Force practices, I've seen Richmond practices, and they do quirky things. They don't teach triple threat. They don't teach you to dribble the ball down here. So when we work on our ball handling, when we, go ahead and spread out a little bit. When we work on our ball handling, the first thing we want to do is we want to be able to control the basketball. And this is one of those things it's very stationary, it's very basic and simple, but we want you to be able to dribble the basketball. And I always hand on top of the ball all the time, but I want you to dribble up here at your armpit. Because good basketball players, they play up here. Okay, when they're bringing the ball up the floor, and you guys are coming down the floor as point guards, you're up here, right? And if you want to go fast, that ball's got to be up here so you can push and go get it. If you're trying to go as fast as you can possibly go, and the ball's down here, okay, you can't. Your legs are going to move faster than the basketball. So we're actually going to train them to actually start dribbling the basketball up here around their armpit. And then what happens is once you get here and drive, and I mean, I may be down here, but the ball is still at my armpit. Okay, the ball is still up here. Okay, so that's where I kind of want to, when we start doing this, that's where we're going to start dribbling the basketball. The second thing is the most important thing, okay, is when we make our move. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand here stationary with 2 feet. I'm going to teach you how to go right and teach you how to go left. You need to have a move, and you need to have a counter move. All right, so when we're going to dribble the ball, let's do it 3 times. So we're going to pound it 3 times, 2, 3, right in the ground. And then the next step is the most important thing. All right, is can you create separation? Can you go 0 to 60? We want to emphasize that these guys go 0 to 60 because it's everything that we do is a race. And when you're on offense, these guys know when the race begins. The defense, we want the defense reacting. So if the defense is reacting, that's when we can create separation. But if you can't change your speed, that doesn't mean, say, for the girls coaches especially, and the younger boys coaches, even the guys here at this age, when you say go as hard as they possibly can, they take that literally. And they're going to go as hard as they can, and then as hard as they can. But what happens is that defense doesn't have time to relax. So starting right out at the beginning, these are what we call lead step blow-bys. All right, so you're going to go with your weak hand first. So if you're right-handed, put it in your left hand. All right, something else I'd like to do is I'd like to emphasize working on the weak hand. So put the ball in your weak hand. You're going to 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to step with the same foot that you're dribbling with, and you're going to blow by the defender. So if you're out here guarding me, it's can you go 0 to 60? All right, if I can, and if I'm going to beat you, I'm going to beat you here within this first like 5, 6 feet. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then right here I'm blowing by him. And I push that ball out, and I exhale, and then I try to put him behind me, and we're going to go as hard as you can through the elbow. All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, step with the same foot, and really, I guess that's kind of semantics. That's one of the, I saw a trainer back like 18 years ago, and that was something that they taught. I really like that, where it's here, and then you get by him. If you want him to crossover step, if you like this, I feel like you could crossover step as well. Let's do that. Let's crossover step. So let's crossover step, but we're going to beat them. Ball's in the left hand. Boom, we're going to beat them with the left hand. Put this foot by them, and then go. Okay, but the part is I don't want you to go here 1, 2, 3, and some guys you're going like 50%. It's 100%. All right, when you're trying to make this move and go by them, it's 100%. So you go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then blow by them. All right, okay, come down here. All right, and what you're going to do, when we do this drill, the point of emphasis, I want you to go as hard as you possibly can to the free throw line, and then you can let up. And then once you get to the free throw line, let's come back out here to the volleyball line, put it in your other hand, 1, 2, 3, and then go back again. I tell you what, I'm going to switch. If you're dribbling with your right hand, step with your right foot. If you're dribbling with your left hand, step with your left foot. Okay, lead, step, blow-bys. Ready? Go. Good. Now, you see some of them, they're good. As I talk, you guys just keep going. Now turn around and go back that way. So when you guys are done, next guy in line, you guys are coming next. All right, here we go. What you see is some of them, when they make that move and they go, they're pushing the ball down here, and they're dribbling it low, so they can't move, they can't create separate. You guys go as I talk. So you want that ball up here by your elbow or by your armpit, so when you push off, it's out. That ball can get out there, out in front of you. Okay, go. Next group, here we go. Next group, here we go. Everything is 0 to 60. Everything is just trying to teach them how to create separation. And this is one of the very beginning things that we're going to do. All right, okay, hold up. Give me the first group back out. Now we're going to cross over blow by. Okay, so now it's 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to cross over, and again with the same foot, with the same hand. So if my right hand has the ball, when I cross over, I'm going to cross over with the same foot that I'm dribbling with. All right, so this is a crossover blow by. So 1, 2, 3, and you're going to cross over, put it out in front of you, and then create separation. And again, it's 0 to 60. It's you're here, 3, and then and then you blow and you exhale and you go as hard as you possibly can. It's almost, I want you guys to push yourself, put that ball out here in front of you, push yourself so hard that you almost feel like you're going to fall over. I want you to exaggerate how hard you can possibly go, because a lot of you don't know how hard you can go yet. Okay, go. So we're just going to teach them 3 moves, especially with the high school guys, and depending on the level of your guys. The very first practice, we're going to teach them, they need a move and a counter move. A lead step blow by, a lead step crossover blow by, and then we'll teach them to scissor and go between the legs. And that's all we'll teach. Then as the season goes on, we'll start to add double moves where they'll go cross, cross, blow by, they'll go scissor, cross, blow by. But we want to, the important part here is the 0 to 60. And hold on 1 second, come back down here. So here, guard me again. So when you guys are also straight lines, the idea is the game's not a sprinting game, it's a cutting game. Okay, and you have to learn your angles. You have to learn how to take angles. All right, so it's really important here. Hold on 1 second. I turned everything else on, but not this one. See, this is why I need to hire a tech guy, because I can't remember to push every button. There we go. That's the backup. That's the professional one. All right, so angles, guys. Now in the confines of the offense, you got 5 defenders out here. Okay, so when you're going one-on-one, and this is another reason, and we'll talk about this as we get into the X's and O's, but we do everything 5-man, 5-on-5, 5-on-0, so that our players can see everything that's on the court. They can see the teammates, they can see the defense, they can understand what they can and can't do. When they're one-on-0, no defender, what you'll start seeing them do is exactly what one over here did, is they'll make their move, but then they're going to go this way and then straight. Okay, imagine that the rim is right in front of you. So wherever you're at, imagine that the rim is right there. So if I wanted to beat you, whether I beat you here, again, a move and a counter move. So the first move we teach you is beat them right, and the next move is once you make this move and they go right, now we're going to go left. All right, and I should say this, add this to it. When you're going 1, 2, 3, give an in and out. Just give a little in and out. Okay, if they react to it, boom, I can blow by them. If they don't react to it, I can just go by them. I can cross over and go this way. But when you make this move and go by them, I want to be in a straight line. Okay, because a straight line's quick. All right, you don't want a banana cut. You don't want to cut around like you're going around. If this is a tree, you want to be here and then sit, and you want to be right here, shoulder to shoulder with them. Put your hip on them, rub shoulders with them, and stay tight. All right, okay. Last one is we're going to do a scissor. So now we're going to be here, in and out, scissor, blow by. Okay? All right, you guys got it? Okay, go. And again, the dribbling and stuff is going to come. What I'm really most concerned about is how fast can you go from standing still to as hard as you possibly can go. That's what you have to focus on. 0 to 60. Okay, go. Can you create separation? Can you create separation? Go, coming back. Don't get in, okay, hold up, okay, good. Now don't get in a hurry when you guys are, okay, not like that. I mean, you want to be here, here, here. All right, so you can really control it. What happens, you guys get in the fourth quarter of a game, and things are really intense, and there's a lot of pressure, and I'll see some of the players that are dribbling the ball like this, like they're in a hurry and they're timid. I know that they can't control the basketball, and I hate having them on the court. But then I have other guys, one of my best ball handlers, he wasn't even our point guard, but he was here. Didn't matter that kid came here, he always had control of it. Okay, so you want to put it in the ground hard, and you want to be able to control it up here. If you're standing up and down, this is where you want to be. Okay? If you're down here, it's where you want to be. But look, the ball is still armpit high. This ball is still here. It's not down here. Because I can't, once I start moving my feet, I can't move the ball with my feet. Okay? So, those are the moves. In and out, you got move, in and out, blow by, in and out, crossover, or in and out, scissor. If you have a tougher defender on you, that's when you're probably going to scissor to protect the basketball. Now, here's the hard part. It's the separation, creating the separation. So, they're never going to be standing still in a game and then go like that. So, once we do this for the first few days, we'll stop doing the stationary one. And I'll actually, if you guys have seen my other videos, got these real big cones, they're kind of cool. But imagine your defender standing right here. You can put cones here or whatever you guys have. And now, instead of being stationary, because stationary is 0 to 60, you understand. But now it's, okay, in a game, I'm coming up. Okay, and what your players are going to do is you say go hard, go as hard as you possibly can, and they're going to go as hard as they can, and as hard as they can. And if you watch, girls do this all the time. Okay, and the guys do it too. And I coach girls for 7 years, but they do it all the time. So what I want you guys to learn, it's kind of like a dance, or it's kind of like acting. You need to get that defender that's all ready and focused. You need to get them just relax a little bit. If you can get them from here to here, I know I got them, or I know I have an edge on them. Okay, so what I want you to do now is we're going to make our move at the foul line extended, all the way across. Put the ball in your weak hand to start first. So we always emphasize working on our weak hand first. But you have different gears, all right? Here, first gear, okay? And you see how I'm relaxed when I dribble? Okay, it's kind of like, if I relax, my eyes are looking around, my eyes are up. One thing I saw these guys did well last night, their eyes were up all the time. They play with their eyes up so well. I think that helped a lot with the dribbling. Didn't have anything, they didn't lose their dribble. So you guys do a good job at it. So keep your eyes up. But you got first gear, okay? And you're approaching your defender, and you're going to make a move and go by him. The same 3 moves we just did. We're going to go in and out blow-bys now, and I'll tell you when to switch, but then maybe you have second gear, okay? And let's say you got 6 gears, okay? You pick the gear, you mix it up, but you have to understand that if you go 100% and then stop for a second, then go 100%, that's easy to time up. Okay, because if you're going 100%, I see you breaking down, defender's ready. I'm backing up, I'm ready. But if you're just going like this, and then I might go 3rd gear, slow it down to 1st, and then I'll go, all right, 6th gear. So it's going to be like, slow it down, and then blow by him, 0 to 60. Okay, you guys got it? So if you have a hard time, and I'll tell the girls this when I work with the girls, just walk. And you'll see them, they'll walk like speed walking. It'll be very robotic. You guys got to find that rhythm to where you can just like, you'll find this little bounce. And then you can make your move and go. Okay, so in and out blow-bys, but now we're going to go to the foul line, make your move, and let's go dribble through the volleyball line, come back to the volleyball line, and go back. Okay, got it? Here we go. Good. Keep your eyes up when you make your move. And it's just trying to get them to this is one of the things that, this is the third clinic I've done, and then I've worked with 3 other varsity teams. Keep going, keep going. And it's like, how do you get them to slow down and then go hard? To slow down and go hard. If you watch Air Force, or if you watch, Princeton's pretty good at it, or if you watch Cornell. Mitch Henderson is at Princeton, and Brian Earl is at Cornell. Both of them played on that 96, 97, 98 team at Princeton. When I go back and watch those Princeton teams and the Air Force teams in the early 2000s, you would see them, because we're working on this as a team, how they go hard, and then they slow down and relax. And then they go hard, and then they slow down and relax. And that defense is like this. And the defense is, they're like on a string just being pulled. And if you want to find that advantage against a more talented team that's bigger, faster, stronger, I can't outrace them. I can't outrace a team that's faster than me. But if I can get that fast guy to slow down, and then maybe I can just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, here we go. Oh, you guys just been, let's go in and out crossover. So now it's up here, in and out, whoo, crossover blow by. In and out, crossover. Now I throw that in and out there, I didn't say at the beginning. But if you can, when you make this in and out move, right, get your shoulders involved, eyes up. See? Get your shoulders involved in it. Shake them a little bit. See if you can shake them. So we'll tell our players to shake them and bake them. See if you can shake them one way, so you can bake them another. Okay, go. Good, good, good. Here we go. Yep, here we go. Nice, nice move. Good. And here, when you make your in and out, guys, in and outs are tight. In and outs are tight. In and outs are not like this. They're just real tight. Okay, here we go. Eyes up, eyes up. Nice, good. Sometimes you have to get in your head, and I'll make them think like, okay, hold on. It's like you're playing against your, can you get inside someone's head? So sometimes you play a real good defender, and it's kind of like how to find that comfort level of trying to get, because you're tense, you're intense when you're playing. But how can you, it's called, when I coach baseball, we call it relaxed intensity. You have to play with a relaxed intensity in baseball, because you're in the dugout, you're sitting, you're on the buckets, you're out there, and all of a sudden inning's over, boom, it's a dead sprint to your spot, and you have to have that relaxed intensity. So it's like you're coming up here, it's like, come on. You know, can you get that kid to like try to get in your head? Okay, all right, one more time, let's go in and out scissors. In and out scissors between the legs. Go. Good. Now, when you make the scissor, when you guys make the scissor move, okay, you don't want to rock them and go sideways. Right, when you cross over, you don't want to go sideways. When you cross over, whether it's a crossover here or whether it's a scissor, you want to make your move and then step forward and push that ball forward. So what happens is if you make your move here and you go, you know, it's kind of like you just slowed down and stalled. Okay, all right, here we go. Go. Okay. Good, one more trip, one more trip. There you go. 0 to 6, 0 to 6. Nice, good, good. And I want you to think exaggerate. All right, because when you think you're going as hard as you can, you're probably not. So I want you to exaggerate in your head. I need to go as hard as, almost to the point where you feel like you're falling over. All right, and over here, you guys did a really good job of it. You make that move, and it's almost like you're falling over, but then you start to find your feet, and all of a sudden, you got a guy, defender. As soon as you get a defender from here to the balls of their feet to here, you've got an advantage. It's a little thing that you can pick out as a ball handler. I mean, I'm looking at their eyes, but I can see their feet, okay? And if you can get them from here to here, you have an advantage. If you can get them, again, from here to here, you have an advantage. If you can get them from here to like this, okay, now you've got them, now you got them playing drive. Now if you're coming hard and you slow down, a defender goes like this, okay? So come out here and guard me. So it's all these different ways to create separation. So these aren't just drills just to work on moves, okay? These are drills to learn how to manipulate the defender. Okay, everything we do individually and as a team, 5 guys together, how can we manipulate the defense to do one thing so we can do another? So if I'm coming down hard, all right, you're probably thinking drive, right? So you're probably gonna step back. So if I'm coming down hard, yeah, see, he backs up. And then if you're just standing there and I come down easy, you're probably like, you come up. So here's what we do. So if I'm coming down hard and you take a step back, I can hesitate. Now I can pull back. And now what happens is you see me hesitate, you come at me, boom, that's when I go by him again. So the other way we talk, and again, this is like, you think it's so fundamental, so easy, go through the motions. This isn't go through the motion stuff. Okay, this is building the very level, the very foundation. How can I manipulate that defender? If I've got you going that way, so let's come up here right on me. If you're on me, and if I got you going that way, and I stop, all right, you keep going. I've created separation. Now I can shoot. All right, now come back here. All right, now if you're off of me, okay, and I go like this, you see what you see just a little bit? He went like this. And just that much is all I needed to get a little bit of separation. So if you're off of me, okay, and I look at the rim and my hand comes close, and you guys see the NBA guys do this, and they almost pick it up, they almost touch it, but if you see my eyes go like this, and then all of a sudden you come and like, oh, he's going to do that. As soon as you're leaning my way, this way, boom, now I can go that way. Now, he might be faster than me. Guaranteed you are. Okay, but if I've got you coming this way, boom, I can go that way, and it's harder for you to stop mid-movement and then come back and catch up. So I can be slower and create separation against you. That's how I can beat a faster player. All right, if I've got a quicker player, and he's playing tight because he knows, but if I can just sell drive. So even if you're not a driver, fellas, you have to be able to sell it. And that's what that means. So that's why everything you have to do here, you have to do it with as intense and as focused as you can, and with as much purpose. So come back up on me. So then you start playing with him. So now, boom, I beat him hard, he goes down, I stop, and now he stops. So now I come back, I look at the rim, and as he's coming at me, boom, and now I go back again. All right, so when I've got him going to the basket, I'm going to slow down or stop. He keeps going, boom, I got my shot. Okay? And this is something that I saw them do well last night, is they kept their dribble. Okay? And you guys did this well as a team. But now, you see me stop, and then you come back at me, and as soon as his leg goes like from here to here, that's when I want to go. It's like a little thing. But it's like, and sometimes it's like, if I can get him to go like this, it's hard for him to stop and go back like this and guard me again. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do here. Okay? All right, give me 2 guys in black, and then everyone else go back here and have a seat real quick. All right, I'm going to bring it right back. Go ahead and set the basketballs up. We only need 2 basketballs for the next one. Go put them on the rack. Yeah. All right, so give me 1 guy on the wing here, and 1 guy up here in the slot. Just need 1 basketball. Yep. There you go. Yep. There you go, fellas. All right, passing. I like throwing one-handed passes, and there's times in the offense, especially in the point series, we'll throw a lot of one-handed passes to the 5. But my favorite one it's kind of like I remember in the middle of my coaching career, I went and did some camps with a Mount Vernon Nazarene College there in Ohio, and it was with the girls program, but it was a youth camp, and they were teaching this was kind of the time where they were teaching spitball again. They were teaching the one-handed push pass. It was that. They were teaching that. They would work with that with the right hand. They would work with the left hand, but it was that one-handed push pass. And I always felt like, here you go. I always felt like you can't get everything on it. All right, and then, we'll teach these here as well, but it's like if you have a role player and you're teaching those kind of passes with their left hand, it's like you don't know where that ball is going to go. Okay, so I really like emphasizing the 2-handed chest pass, because one is when you throw a 2-handed chest pass, All right, I can get my elbows out and almost like a slingshot, guys. It's like, okay, now I can really put something on it. Okay, and again, see, you threw the one-handed push pass. I know you guys can't see that, but all right, it's 2 hands and your elbows out like this. All right, and it's like that. And I step right into it, and you can really put something into it. So the first reason we want to do that is, one, they can control the basketball easy when they throw the two-handed chest pass. Second thing is, if I have to throw a one-handed pass, here, guard me. If he's guarding me, if I have to throw a one-handed pass, I don't know if, give me a defender out here on him. Doesn't matter, hustle up. There you go. Go ahead and stay inside the three-point line right now. One of the big concepts, once we actually start working with our offense, so I'm kind of blending the skill work with the offense right now, is if he's guarding me, actually you two switch because you're a little bit longer. To be able to throw the ball around his arms, and if he's uptight, I got to do that. Okay, but at the high school level, and again, it depends on your talent, it depends on your skill. You might have one guy that can do that, the rest of them can't. You might have two, and the rest of them can't. If you don't bring the ball up the left side of the floor, it's like, I don't even know if my good player can throw that one-handed job with the left hand. Okay? So, but if I can throw, and again, not only that, if I have to slow it down just to throw it with my right hand, that's when that defender can come up and take away that whatever space we have there. So we want to talk about two-handed chest passes. Now you say, okay, with the two-handed chest pass, I can't because his hand's in the way right there. But I can wrap it around and throw it around his hand. So all of the moves that we just did, down there, once we start working on the offense, you're going to see it here. So if I can throw a two-handed chest pass, boom, that's the quickest, most efficient way I can get it there. If I pick the basketball up to make a pass and that hand gets in the way, I can pull it back. If I go one hand and the hand gets in the way, I can't pull it back, and then the ball is dribbling off, bouncing off. He's getting deflections. It's going out of bounds. So we'll talk about this when we get into offense, but if I can't throw a two-handed chest pass, he's not open. Okay, if I can throw a two-handed chest pass, I think he's open. And this is how I will make sure. So these are the moves that we just worked on. Okay, if I can, now remember we talked about getting you guys to go that way and getting you guys to come back. Now if I want to get an angle to pass, I've got to get here. I got to get you juke this way, boom. And now if I get here, I've created an angle where I can make that pass. Okay, so for your role players, and again, a lot of what I think you have to do is build up your role players. Your role players can't do what your star players can do. And of course there's a gradient there. But if you teach everyone to throw the one-handed passes, only a couple of them are going to be good at it. So these moves that we just did, just trying to create separation, create angles. We'll do this in a second. But if I can come down, and maybe I've got to come like this, and then I make a move, and then I come here, and then boom, I've created an angle to where I can make a good fundamental pass. What happens is the kids don't know how to make these moves, or they get lazy coming up the floor, and they're just like dribble, 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 pass. Oh, they got to deflect it. How do they get that deflection? Okay, instead of being fundamental, and everything you guys do is with a purpose. It's like if I know the ball's got to get there, and I know right here I don't have an angle. Maybe this guy's 6'4", and we might have 8 feet behind us, but if you're 6'4", you're still going to guard that. But if I take you over here, or if I get into you and get you here and get my shoulders by you, I can make a good two-handed chest pass. Okay, so I want you guys to come back out, and we're going to give me 5 spots. So give me a couple guys here, a couple guys on the wings behind you guys, a couple guys in the corner. We just need one basketball up top. So give me a line in the corner, line on the wing, outside the three-point line. Okay, and this is just to work on the passing. This isn't working. This is not to work on creating angles. All right, so we're going to throw two-handed chest passes. I'm going to throw it to the corner, and you're always going to throw it to the one in the middle. And then you're going to throw it to one in the middle, between those guys. So it's going to go here, to this wing, yep, and you're going to follow your pass to that line. And now you're going that one, and you're coming back up top. Okay, now, I really want you guys to emphasize, and going back where you were. Go down to that corner. Balance the lines out there. There you go. When you throw a two-handed, see, I'm watching these guys already, and they're already throwing these little one-handed push jobs. That ball's got to be on a line. All right, that ball's got to be on a line. Now, when you catch it, I want to say something. Say ball in the air, feet in the air. So when the ball is in the air to you, I want your feet in the air. Okay, so, and what happens when your feet are in the air? So you go ahead and throw it to me. Yeah, there you go. So if I'm going to throw it at a different angle, I'm going to have to turn in the air. All right, so when you throw it to me, I'm going to catch a ball in your feet in the air, but I'm going to turn my feet, and now, boom, I'm stepping to you when I throw that. So ball in the air, feet in the air. You catch it in the air, and then it's two-handed chest pass. Follow your pass to that line. You guys got it? Okay, go. Ball in the air. There you go. Quick, quick. Hit him right in the chest. And you see, it's again, these guys are, coach will say they're 75 teams in the area. They're right around that 30 more, 30, 34. They're right in the middle. And I'm telling you, it's something as little as, you see how sloppy it looks. This is the first time they've ever done it like this. It's just a two-handed chest pass. But at the high school level, especially when you have a lot of role players, and even the guys here that are good, it's like they're still struggling with this. All right, wait until we do layups and how much they're going to struggle doing layups. But what you're going to see is if you're consistent with your repetition, because players do two things. They do what they do all the time, and they do what you emphasize. So we want to make sure that we do this. We want to rep it, and we want to emphasize it. It's repetition and emphasis. Ball in the air, feet in the air. There you go, good. Hit him in the chest. Hit him in the chest. What's that movie where the guy's like aim small, miss small, right? Ball in the air, feet in the air, hit him in the chest. There you go. Get a little bit of a rhythm. And you might have to bring him in a little closer, but back up, fellas. Don't get too close. There you go. Good. 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 All right, good. Grab me two basketballs. Give me a line over here on this volleyball line and a line over here on this volleyball line. Okay? And this is actually like, this is exactly the order that I built our skill session part of practice. The first 30 minutes of practice is pretty much exactly what we're doing now. So now we're going to do layups. And before I get to this up here, which there's a term that I talk about with the coaches. You guys heard me talk about repetition stacking. All right, we're going to stack reps. So when we did our, I'll show you exactly what happens. When we made our moves, we're doing our dribble moves. We're going to do those in a second. But creating separation, guys, happens up here. It doesn't happen down there. So a lot of times, if you're with me, and we'll do this part first, then we'll do the layups. No, right, you're going to be the passer. It's going to be a two-handed chest pass and a two-handed chest pass. So the drill, we just did star passing, two-handed chest passes. We're going to do it again. Okay, so it's not like this, and it's like, and this is how everyone does layups. They time their feet up. They lob the passes. They make sure their teammate's ready. They hop, and then okay, now I'm going to go ahead and, or they'll pass it and they'll catch it on the run. They'll catch it. Oh, it's my turn. Pass. And they're going, and this is how they'll do layups. And it's a little thing, but it's an important thing because this is going to carry over to your offense, guys. Okay, so if you're guarding me out here, okay, this is the first time that we're actually going to work. This, to me, this is more of a cutting drill than a layup drill. Okay? It's the hesitation before the cut that creates separation. It's the hesitation before the cut that creates separation. So I'm going to make this two-handed chest pass. So you might be guarding me, okay, in a game. All right, now I'm going to make a two-handed chest pass. So, Coach, when you were talking about last night, you and Dave were talking about chin. He was talking about, hey, it really works. When we forwards out, they really kind of get set, and that pass is a lot easier. And it's more awkward because when they're coming down the floor running chin, and this is why, again, two-handed chest pass versus one-handed chest pass. They're coming down here, they're throwing those while they're leaning forward. It's exactly what they did last night. Exactly what you guys did. And if they're up tight on you, it's hard. If you're guarding me close and I get the ball in my right hand, and then I come up with my left, and it's hard to do that. That's why you have to have like, okay, if you guard me, okay, and then you go, I create separation, and then I can turn and make that chest pass. But so everything that we do here carries over into the offense. So it's a two-handed chest pass, and you're in a defensive stance. Okay, if he's in a defensive stance, and I pass and just cut as hard as I can, he's ready for me. All right, so how can I get him to relax? Remember, all I want to do is get him from here to here. Have you guys back up just a little bit so they can, there you go. Just from here, if I can get him from here to here, right, or from here to here, if I can just get them leaning a little bit, I've got him. Or if I can get him from on the balls of his feet, it's a little thing, from here to here. Okay, now you have it. So if this guy's quicker than me, I can still beat him in a race if I can get him to relax. All right, so it's the hesitation before the cut. Now, when I make this pass, usually what you'll do is you'll jump to the ball. Okay, but when I make this pass, I'm going to hezzy, and then cut as hard as I possibly can. Let's go ahead and step off for a second. Okay, so up here is think about this right here being more important than that down there. Okay, that's how much emphasis I want to put on. This right here is the pass and the cut. The pass, hezzy, the cut. It's more important than the layup. Okay, now we're going to make every single layup. We're going to do that right as well, but this is the part we don't talk about. All right, so it's a hezzy, and then it's a cut. And then it's as hard as you possibly can. So you're going to throw me a two-handed chest pass now. Two-handed chest pass. All right, because we're going fast. There's no defense. We'll just throw a chest pass. There are 4 layups that you can shoot here. And here's the other thing you're not allowed to do. You are not allowed to do this, to set up your left foot so you can shoot it with your right hand. Okay, I don't care what foot you jump off of. Okay, because there's 4 layups you can shoot from this side of the floor. You can shoot a righty on the right side. Right, you can shoot a lefty on the right side. That means I'm off my right foot shooting a lefty, putting that reverse English on it. Okay, I can shoot a righty reverse, again, putting that English on it. And that's a righty reverse is off my left foot. Or I can shoot a lefty reverse, and that's off my right foot. So there are 4 layups. And you have 2 feet, so you have no excuse to ever do this again. Okay, I want you striding, because as soon as you do that, you slow down. All right, what happens is the 5's trailing, they're trying to LeBron James that off the backboard, and as soon as you do this, they caught up. That slows you down, that slows his decision-making down. You're going to make this pass, you're cutting hard, and you stride. If I'm off my left foot, I'm off my left foot. If I'm off my right foot, well, I've got to shoot a left-handed layup. All right, the only question is it going to be a left hand on this side or a left hand on this side? All right, and that leads me to the next thing. The passer determines the layup. The cutter never knows when they're open. When we start talking about back cuts, the cutter never knows that they're open. So the cutter has 0 excuse. They have to cut the same way every time, hard. They never know if they're going to be open or not. It's the passer that knows if they're going to be open, and it's the passer that knows when they're going to be open. So passer, you guys aren't just, this isn't just go through the motions time. You're either going to, in your mind, that defender's down here, and you're going to hit early. Okay, or maybe that defender's up high, maybe I'm chasing them behind, but I'm close to them, and you're going to hit them late. So come down here real quick. So it could be this. Actually, come down here ahead of me. If I'm guarding you, and if you're going for the layup, just, there you go. Start going. There you go. If I'm like right here, you'd be like, oh, I can hit him early. He's open right now, so go ahead and hit him right now. Boom, and it's boom. There you go. Right-handed layup. Okay, or it might be this. Come back here, get the ball back here again. This is why. Okay, or it might be like this. He's going for the layup, and I'm here. He's not open early, but now he's open here. That's where he created the separation. Now he's going to shoot a left. Oh my God. Now he's going to shoot. So that's why the passer determines the layup. The passer knows when they're open. All right, the cutter does not know when they're open. All right, you got it? Now, all right, so you guys are going to do this now. So once you get the rebound, so you're going to make the pass, you're going to get the rebound, take the ball to the same line. We're going to stay on the right side for now. All right, what you guys do up here is extremely important. Okay, and then what are you guys not ever allowed to do again? Never allowed to set your feet up. You just go as hard as you can. All right, now, tough players don't miss layups. Good players don't miss layups. All right, good players don't miss layups. It's a mental toughness thing. All right, and again, they're going to go harder here than they've probably ever gone shooting layups. They're going to miss some, but if you miss it, it's in your head, it's out of your head. All right, it never happened. You go make the next one. Okay, and as they get through this, through the repetition, all right, they'll get to the point where you think, we do this 8 minutes a day all season. We never do this for 5 minutes. This is like 8 minutes a day. Now, layups, dribble moves, baseline drives, we do 3 different variations of our layups. But we do them for 8 minutes a day. And by the end of the year, we got kids dunking that couldn't dunk. And we got guys that are shooting like layups. It's just smooth. They just look smooth in February. Okay? So it's going to look very rough right now. And I'll give you one more example. When I coached freshman girls, my first year as a head coach was a freshman girls coach. Girls go a week earlier than boys in Ohio. And the JV boys, and this is at a Division I school, big school, really good players, all athletes. And our girls were, just after 1 week, we probably were doing layups for 15 minutes a day. But our freshman girls were better at they're making more layups more consistently. Their form was better than these JV boys that were coming in right after us. I would sit there and I'd watch them layups, and they weren't very good. Okay, so two-handed chest pass, the hezzy before the cut. It's the hezzy before the cut, and then you shoot your layups. Different layups, passer, you determine the layup. Hit them early, hit them late, mix it up. Here we go. Go. Hezzy, boom, cut. Good. Good. Now, I want every layup off 1 foot right now. Here's the other thing. I know you guys were doing the drills yesterday before your game. Everything was off 2 feet. There's a time to go off 2 feet. Right now, I want you going off 1 foot every time. Okay? Again, going off 2 feet will slow you down. Here we go. Go. Hezzy, cut. Good. Good. Next up, rebound. Rebound and go to the end of the line. Here we go. Next up. Hezzy, cut. Good. Good. Here we go. Hezzy, cut. Good. Nice. Get the rebound, go to the opposite line. Get the rebound, go to the opposite line. Now, hold on 1 second. Little thing. You don't have to, when you make this pass, you don't have to do that. Okay? And also, because if I'm guarding you, when you make that pass, a good defender is going to do this. A good defender. Not the team that you were playing last night, but the teams you guys couldn't beat last year, they jump to the ball, and they do this. Okay? So all I want you to do is make this pass, and you guys right now exaggerate this hezzy a little bit, but it's here, whoo, and it's just that little brit, and then boom, go. Okay? Here we go. Go. Hard, hard. Good. Now again, over here, guys, it's the same drill we just did. Ball in the air, feet in the air. So let me be you. Ready? Here we go. Come on. Go. Go. Right? Now, go. There you go. I got you. There you go. Bolt. Good. Hezzy, cut. Good. Right foot, left hand. Right foot, left hand. See, now it's a right foot, right hand. So they're so trained to shoot right-handed layups, to jump it off the right foot, shoot it with the right hand. Off your right foot, shoot it with your left hand. Okay, here we go. Go. You're good. Next up, go. I'm gonna let you guys go now. Good. Hard. Cut. Hard. Go rebound it. You rebound it. Passer's a rebounder, guys. Passer's a rebounder. Here we go. Hard. Go good. Step with it and go with them. Here we go. Hezzy, cut. That's better. Good. You see him stutter his feet? Don't stutter your feet. See him stutter his feet? He's stuttering his feet. Hard, cut. There you go. Good. There you go. It's the best one yet. Here we go. Hey, passer's a rebounder, guys. Passer's a rebounder. Nice. Good. Now you're off your right foot. Shoot it with your left hand. Good. There you go. Hard. Good. Let's do some reverse layups. Go rebound it. Go rebound. This is a foreign concept for California. Here we go. There you go. Good. Hard. There you go. Good lefty. These are layups you guys have to have. These are skills that you guys have to have. It's like one of those little things. They don't. If you don't have this lefty, if you've got to do this and time it up, that five-man or that guard here, they're timing it up too. Good. Here we go. Look, see, hopefully recording. Okay, okay, Coach Garrett, I'll check that out. Here we go. Good. Good. Nice lefty. Here we go. Passer's a rebounder, guys. The other line's a rebounder. A little sloppy, getting a little better. Hezzy and cut. Good. Not bad. If you're off your left foot, it's the right hand. If you're off your right foot, it's the left hand. Hard. Okay, I think we can go harder. Good. All right. Three more. Pass, cut. One more. All right, here we go. Now, All right, so we'll go layups and we're going right into dribble. Now we're going to do right side, left side, so we'll do both sides. But you guys will pick this up. Now we're not going to do this every day, but you guys think you have to have that right foot, left hand shot. Okay, I'm not to the point yet where I'm teaching the right foot, right hand like you see all the NBA guys doing. I know it's there, but it's maybe your top level players, you can let them do that. Or if they work on all that summer and they're really good at it, maybe you can let them do that. But if they're not there yet, teach them right hand, left foot, right hand, right foot, left hand, and they got them on both sides of the rim. Okay, so now the next one is what we call dribble moves. Right? Dribble moves, the same moves that we just did down here, except now I'm guarding you at the wing. So you're going to make your move at the three-point line. So you're on the three-point line. And here's another thing, what I do with my point guards, and I'm going to have you guys back up this way so the coaches online can see us, is everyone brings the ball up on the right side of the floor with their right hand. And if you do that, you're basically telegraphing, the defender can cut off. They know you only got two moves. They know I can go right or I can cross over and go left. Okay, because I'm always coming down the right hand with the ball in my right hand, right side, right hand. I like to mix it up. Sometimes come down the right side of the floor with the ball in your left hand. And if you're up here, see you're guarding me at the volleyball line right there. And I'm coming down, going back up so they can see me a little bit better over there. If I'm bringing the ball down with my right hand, your feet are probably turned at a certain angle. But, hey, if the ball's on his right side, I'm going to keep him on this side of the floor. So you can shift your feet. You're going to keep me coming this way. So if the offense goes to the middle, that's usually bad. Okay, but if I come up here with the ball in my left hand, that kind of changes things. He's like, oh, no, which way do I turn my feet? Okay, but now with the ball in my left hand, I've got an in and out blow by here. All right, I've got an in and out crossover here. Okay, and I can move that defender a little bit just by coming up the right side with the ball in my left hand. And now they're thinking middle. So if I'm trying to run low post and enter offense to the wing, ball's in my right hand, he's like, yeah, he's kind of like playing that side already. Ball's in my left hand, and maybe I'm looking middle. See how he's already shifting there? Boom, now I can turn it. I've created an angle just by putting the ball in my left hand. All right, but what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to have you guys come one step inside the lane line. And you're going to go towards the elbow, and it's the same moves that we just did, all right? And it's first gear, second gear, third gear, and then it's 0 to 6. It's here, second gear, make your move, and then in and out blow by. And again, when you shoot the layup, you're not allowed to do this. You're never allowed to, don't gather your feet. Don't chop your feet, don't set your feet. You go as hard as you can, and it's going to be weird, but you're going to find out how far you can stride. If it's one dribble, maybe it's here, right foot, left hand. Right, sometimes you might need a second dribble, and now you're going to get on the other side, righty reverse, lefty reverse. All right, so here's our dribble moves. Now, you guys are in this line, so you're the rebounder. So when he goes up, you rebound it, take the ball back to that line. All right, here we go. Go. Hey, Phil, you saw us in Indiana. Do you like this view better, Phil? Or do you think the view from the middle of the court is better? If you guys are having a hard time seeing this, I can try to put us out in the middle of the court again. Just let me know. Because, Phil, you've seen both. The Indiana view is from out there, so you're looking directly straight on the rim. I tried to get a little closer by moving the camera this way. So you guys let me know online which angle you guys like, and we'll try to change that for tomorrow. All right, 0 to 60, good. Here we go, here we go. Always takes so freaking long. Okay, keep going, keep going. Oh, we're close. Hard. No behind the backs right now. That behind the back, I know it looks good, doesn't work. Doesn't work up here. Here we go. Next up, next up, next up. It's a hard one because it takes so long. Hey, and I'll actually show you how to do it the right way, but when you go around the back like that, it's slow. I'll pull you off the side afterwards. I'll show you how to make that move right. I don't teach them the behind the back early on anymore, but I used to. And you see how they try to, if they're going behind the back like that, I don't think that it's not very efficient, but if it's tight, what I teach, we teach sits, so we teach them like that. So it's like if I'm crossing over, or if I'm scissoring, or if I'm sitting, it's all the exact same. But I won't let them go behind the back. If they start doing stuff out here that looks screwy, we'll nip that real quick. Now stay tight, guys. Here, hold on. Stay tight. Sometimes in the concepts of the whole game, you might not have time to go this way, and then we're not like making V cuts and stuff. We're just making dribble moves. Okay? You got a teammate there, and a teammate there, and a defender there, and a defender there, and a defender there. And you have to play tight. So when you're coming up here to make this move, I'm going right at my guy. I'm making eye contact. I shake him left. I bake him right. Okay? Put up my left hand, and in and out, and then I blow by. And it's straight lines. Okay? It's straight lines, right? This is the last one we do. We call these baseline drives. So now you guys are going to rebound this, and this is always tough for them to get the first time. You're going to rebound it, and you're going to pass it straight up to the next guy, and we're going to go down and shoot a baseline drive, and then you're going to follow your pass through the middle. So make your pass up here to the third guy, and you're going to come up here in the middle. Baseline drives, we're just getting layups from different angles, and now it's 100% all out. All right, and we're getting down. I'll put a cone down here, and you're going to get outside. And now, when you're coming at this angle, you lose one of your 4 layups. You cannot shoot a right-handed layup from the baseline on the right side because it's going to hit the backboard. You can be underneath the backboard and still score, though. Okay, that's why we'll cut and we'll run stuff. So you're pointing over the top, you're cutting from this angle. Okay, and if speed is a factor, right now, once you're shooting everything off 1 foot, because speed is a factor. There's times for 2 feet. We'll talk about that once we start putting defense on you. But I can shoot a lefty on this side because now I've got the angle. I can shoot a righty reverse from under the backboard, and I can shoot a lefty reverse. So you have those 3 layups. All right, so as hard as you can down here in the corner, all right, you rebound it, and you're going to hit the third guy. Ready? Here we go. Just drive. Yep, all the way. No moves. Just go. Hard, 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 hard. Next up, next up. Now here you go. The rebound, right up the middle. Boom, follow the pass. There you go. Fast, fast, fast. I want you guys to catch it up here. There you go. Catch it. Go, go. As soon as you catch it, you're off. As soon as you catch it, you're off. Pass it right through the middle, guys. Pass it right through the middle. Pass it. I want you to pass it right through the middle. Yep. Go hard. Pass it right through the middle. There you go. Boom. Go, go, go. Okay. You go. Can't be a righty on that side. You don't have the angle. Go hard. Go hard. Fly it up. Fly it up as fast as you can. I want you guys catching it down here by the logo. I want you catching it by the logo. Bring your line up. There you go. Catch here. Boom. Fast, 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 fast. I want you to try to get there in 2 dribbles. If you can't, 3 dribbles at the most. Good, good. Here we go. Fast, fast. Can you get there in 2 dribbles, guys? Can anyone get there in 2? Good, good. Can you get fast, 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 fast? 3, not bad. 3 dribbles or less, guys. 3 dribbles or less. There you go. Good lefty. They're going to shoot these layups in a game. They're going to shoot these layups in a game. Here we go. Fast, fast, fast. Good, 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 good. 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 All right. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. All right, here you go, guys. Here you go, guys. Come here real quick. Let's see. Let's have you stay out here with me. Everyone, let's go down there and have a seat real quick. All right. So that's a lot of the first stuff that we do. Obviously, it's hard to do this and not coach them. It's like we can show the coach, but it's like so it's taking a little bit more time to get through it. And you can already see how sloppy they are shooting layups. You guys feel like layups are hard now? Okay, but you've never shot layups that way with that kind of focus, with that kind of detail. All right, if you want to, again, the team you played last night, you guys can beat that team every night if you show up and just play hard. All right? That's not who you're preparing for anymore. All right? You're preparing for that team that everyone thinks is going to win first place in your league. That's who you're trying to beat. Okay? So if you continue to and you guys are, I mean, what did they make 23s last night? Scored 80 points, and I bet 60 of them were off threes. It was something ridiculous. You guys shoot the ball so well, and you have that to your advantage, right? But to play that way against a disciplined defense that has good footwork, that moves the correct spots defensively, if you play loose with your skills, advantage them. Okay, so if you tighten up and pay attention to these little details, they're going to make you a lot better, right? Another thing that I like about the Princeton offense and what the Princeton offense does that no one else does is they post up their guards. And this is kind of the answer that everyone says, well, we don't have three-point shooters, so we can't run the Princeton offense. And then all the other people online, they'll go, well, if you can't shoot threes, you're just not going to be very good. You know, so, and they'll just say, well, we just got to work on threes. And if we make them, we're good. If we don't make them, we're not good. And I feel like whether you can shoot threes or not, if you can teach your guards to score close to the basket, if you can teach them in the way, again, if you can't shoot threes, it's going to be hard to drive. But if you can't shoot threes, but if you can get open in the post, and we're going to show you how to use the offense to get open in the post, and if you teach a guard, or maybe you've got two guys that can shoot and three guys that can't, but those three guys maybe you got that bruiser guy that maybe doesn't have he doesn't know how to score in the post, but you teach him how to score in the post. Now you've got an extra threat on the floor. And now your offense has a lot more dimension to it when your guards can score in the post. Another thing is we teach our guards to score in the post because guards don't know how to guard in the post. They never do it. No one else posts up their guards, so a guard, they don't know if they're down here. And I brought you up here. You're a tall guard. Okay, what are you, 6'2"? Yeah. All right, so this is a lot of guards. I mean, there's 6'2" guards. For you, you're the 6'2" post. But if a guard, they don't know. Do I put my hands here? Oh, it's a foul. Do I do this? And that's kind of awkward. I'm not used to being that. I'm not used to bumping and banging because I'm a guard. And then they just stand off here and they don't touch you. And then as you start to make moves, and then their hands are in here because what guards do, and then they foul you. And guards don't know how to guard in the post, right? Especially high school guards. All right, so we teach all of our guards to score in the post. And that's why I brought you out, because I'm 6 foot with my shoes on, okay? Is just because if we teach all of our guards to score in the post, but tonight we're playing 6'2", and it's like, well, we can't post Wheeler up anymore because there's 6'2" down here. All right, well, it's the same thing as with our guards. If a faster guy is guarding me out here, oh, well, you can't drive anymore because that kid's faster. And it's like, no, it's like we still have to play. So we have to do those little things. Can I get that guy coming this way so I can go this way? Can I get that guy going that way so I can stop and create separation? It's the same thing in the post. Can we create separation in the post? So the first thing we're talking about is the actual progressions, the post move progressions. We'll bring these guys out and we'll demonstrate a little bit because you guys are going to do this in the offense this afternoon and then the rest of the weekend. But we teach what we call slide hooks. Okay, now this isn't the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale over the middle. This isn't the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sky hook. Okay, over the middle. We're always getting an angle where we can find the backboard, and it will feel strange at first, but as they rep this and rep this and rep this, this is the only way I want to shoot layups anymore because it's the only way I can at 42 years old, it's the only way I can create separation anymore. But if you're 6'2", and most everyone's moves, and here's another thing, is we always go middle first when you make your post moves. You and Gio, especially from Gio last night, the guys that will go baseline. What happens is when you're post players, the first pet peeve I have let's talk post players now, not guards but actual bigs, is the first thing we do is we teach them to show the ball to the middle and then drop step, and then this is where they end up all the time, underneath the rim, ball going off the backboard. We never go baseline. The only time I'll let a post player go baseline first if they're just a stud. If they're going baseline, they're going baseline to score because I know I'm better than you, and I'm quicker, and I can get in here, and I can do this, and I can bounce you back, and I can get up here and score. All right, but we teach everyone to go middle first, even our bigs. And the goal is to get at least to the midline. All right, and we call them slide hooks because we're going to slide, and I'm protecting the basketball. What you'll see our guards do is they'll turn like they're going to run, and they open up, and now the ball is free, and that guy can pick at it and go the other way. So we are going to slide and protect the basketball. And it's 2 slides and 3 dribbles. And once I get here to the midline, okay, now let me go back and say I'm a post player again. Once I get here, and I've got you shifting that way, as you step, now I can turn and drop step, and I've got all of the room I want to make that shot. All right, so if we teach them to go middle first, middle first, middle, and here's the other thing. All of the defense is in the middle. All right, now when we'll talk about how do we move the defense out of the middle. That's what we'll do in the X. That's what the X's and O's will do. That's what the offense will move the defense out of the middle. But if I can get to if we move the defense out, if I can at least get 2 steps, boom, now I can go this way. Okay, but now I beat you that way a couple times, so what's going to happen is, okay, if he squares up on me, boom, I can keep coming across this way. All right, but the idea is to go to the middle first. All right, now, here's why we teach a hook shot. Now, I was pretty good at the jump hook. I love the jump hook. I think the best jump hook player of all time is like Scottie Pippen, 6'9". When he jump hook, his head's above the rim, and no one could ever block that shot. But if I'm going to get here and jump hook against you and stay nice and tight, nice little jump hook, and he's 2 inches taller than me, 3 inches taller than me, I'm not creating any separation. So he can get up here, and it's just, can I jump higher than this guy? And if he's 3 inches taller, maybe I can't. Especially if he's bumping and banging, I can't jump the way I can jump. But if I stay tight, I can't create separation. The hook shot, and that's why you saw Magic Johnson do it, and all these other guys, and the reason Magic Johnson did a sweeping hook is because he had, Bill Walton and Robert Parrish and all those guys that were, 6'10", 7 foot. And Magic Johnson would come out here, and it was a sweeping hook. So here's where we create the separation. And it's like the theme of skills. And the theme of your offense is, where can we create separation? How can we create separation? And they were out here like this. Now, for your high school average role player, it's a hard shot, okay, over the middle with no angles. It looks weird. I got hands in front of me. So we want to get all the way across the lane till we can get that 30-degree, maybe 25 to 35 to 40-degree angle on the backboard. So we're going to go slide, slide, and then I'm going to pick it up, and that next step is not to travel. Now I've established my left foot as a pivot foot. We're going to come across this way, and I'm going to off 1 foot, guys. This is off 1 foot. If I go off 2 feet, that's all. Now I'm shooting a jump hook. But if I go off 1 foot, I can sweep it out, and I just aim for the top corner of that square. All right, and it just rolls off your fingers. So we're going to slide, 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 and then up off that. Okay? So we'll call slide hooks, and we have reverse hooks. Now we get halfway, and either he cuts me off, or maybe the defense comes over this way. Now I'm going to spin, and I'm off my left hand, off my right foot shooting with my left hand. Okay? Those are the only 2 that we'll start teaching them. Sunday, if we have time, I'll go through like the whole gamut of it for our post players and everyone. But we're going to teach our post players this too, because how many post players are bigger than you in your league? Most of them. Like 80, 90%. Yeah, so you can't be getting in here, and you can't be doing this stuff, and then you're doing this, and then you're doing this, and then they wall up on you, and then they're doing this like they do in middle school. Okay, we want to avoid all of that. All right, so everything. So guys, go ahead and come up here. We need 4 basketballs for this. So we get 2 more basketballs. I'll show you how we rep this. I need 2 lines under the basket. Line right here. Line right here. This is like that circle shooting drill, except we're doing it with the post. So I'm going to go first. Next guy up's got a ball. Basically, you got a ball. You guys got next guy up. So basically, I'm going to start above the block. I catch it here in the post, guys. If you want to, slap it, chin it, slide, slide, and then that 3rd step, and then you're right off the corner of that. Okay, if you have to, smaller guards, if you have to, you can, I don't want you to jump away like this. Okay, it's like once you get to the middle, here you're going to turn the corner, and then your arm creates the separation, not your feet. Okay, well, your feet, you're off 1 foot. If you come here off 2 feet, you can't create separation. You can score in a post, but not like this. Like this you can. Okay, so it's here, and it's off that, and all you're doing is let it roll off your fingers, snap your wrist, the same way you're shooting those threes. Snap your wrist, except you're just a little angle, and you're aiming for the top corner of that basket. All right, here we go. Go. Whoever's up first. Above the block, and what I do, I start heading. Go, 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 go. Ready? Boom, now you go. Good. Next guy. Good. Good. Next guy. So, yep, there you go. Start coming around. Go. Off your left foot with your right hand. Good, 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 good. Off 1 foot. See, he's off 2. Off 1 foot. Here we go. Now you see how far away you are? Sometimes you might, once we start going, I'll put a coach with a pad down here. But guys, look, look, look. You don't want to go, you're not going away. All right, you're still being aggressive. When you guys are in the post, you're still being, because there's a guy guarding you. Here, come here, guard me. I mean guard me, bang me. So he's here. Okay, you're still going to the basket. Okay, here we go. All right, got it? Here we go. Good, good, good. And in the first 2 weeks of practice, it's like the hardest because this is like they've never done this before. It's like teaching your 4-year-old to ride a bike, and they're falling down, and they're crashing, they're hitting trees, and they're running off the sidewalk. Off 1 foot, off 1 foot. Again, hey, last night you guys go off 2 feet and score all you want last night. Okay, that's not who we're trying to beat now. That's not who we're trying to beat now. Keep going, keep going. I know, Phil, that this camera does not zoom in, the one that we're on. I'll see what I can do for tomorrow. Higher would be better as well? Okay. There you go, keep going, off 1 foot, off 1 foot, off 1 foot. There you go, good, good, good. Slide, slide, off 1 foot, good. Slide, slide, off 1 foot, off 1 foot. It's so awkward. Some of these guys have never done it, so it's going to be awkward. And you have to push through this awkward phase. And I'm telling you, by November, by December, by January, they're getting really good down there. Then you have these guys doing this for 3 and 4 years. You're teaching this to your middle school kids. You should be teaching this to your elementary kids, your youth program. And then when they get up there, they're going to be really good at this. Okay, hold up. Okay, I'm not going to have them do reverses because we'll have a problem here. So give me a line on this wing, a line on this wing. I need 2 basketballs. 1, 2. All right, now we're just going to stand on the wing. First guy up on this wing, first guy up on this wing. Give me a black shirt up first. Black shirt up, black shirt up. Now, okay, so I'm going to have you stand foul line extended, foul line extended. So this is one of the last cutting. This is also a layup drill, but it's a cutting drill. All right, we call this a 1 on 0 or 1 on 0 back cuts for layups. And then what we'll do is we'll add 1 on 1. We'll come back to this Sunday a little bit. We'll actually put a defender on it. We'll put a third guy in line. We'll actually make them go back door. We'll shoot the layup. And if they're not open, we'll throw it to the next guy. We'll get them in the post. We'll just go ahead and do it. But what I'm going to do, guys, is and you can eventually put your players here as well, is I'm going to take one dribble at you. You guys are just standing. Again, creating set. When we go back, so this is the first time we're teaching back cuts. All right, when you go back cut, there's specific things that you're looking for, a specific way to do it. You don't want to sit here in a stance and like leaning like this. Okay, because if you're sitting in a stance leaning like this, it's like they know that you're going to cut. It's like you're just telegraphing. You're telling which way we're going. And I don't want you to stand real stiff. I don't want you to stand like this, like you're going. I want you to stand sideways and just look at me like nothing's going on. Just kind of relax. Exactly like that. Okay, because it's a race, and we know when the race starts. The defense doesn't. Okay, so you and I start the race together. All right, so what happens is when I dribble at you, and here's another thing, Coach, when we say, you hear the announcers get this wrong on TV all the time. They'll say, that Princeton team, when they dribble at their teammate, they go back door. So coaches start to say, dribble at your teammate. And then the player's like, okay, I'm going to dribble at my teammate. And that's exactly what they do. So give me a defender out here. I'm going to show you why, guys, you don't dribble at your teammates. Okay? Even though that's what coach will say. So I want you to kind of come up here, just say like a pack line. So on the elbow, you're guarding him. Right? Now, there you go, right there. If I dribble at you, and you're going to cut back door in a straight line, just kind of walk through this. When he cuts back door, if I dribble here, this is the angle. Now stop right here. This is the angle I have to make that pass. As he's going to keep moving, and I've got a very narrow window, right, to make that pass. Now, then I started saying, okay, I stopped saying dribble at your teammate. I started saying dribble at the defender. Okay, now sometimes the defender's way up there with the teammate, so go way up there. Okay, and that's fine. If I dribble at the defender, okay, now you go back door, and if we're open, that's better. Okay, if the defender is down here, let's say halfway or something like that, if I dribble at the defender, Okay, now when he goes backdoor, now you turn a snap and go, now I've got this big angle here. Okay, now if they're way off you, if they're in a deep pack line, sometimes the back cut might open. If the back cut's not open, great. Okay, if the back cut's open, great. I don't care if it's open or not. We just want our players to see it and be able to execute it, but we want to give them the best chance. If I'm dribbling at my teammate and you're in the pack line, there's no way I'm ever getting this pass. Okay, so what we started telling them is, I'll say either drive the elbow or drive the rim. So I'll say, if we catch it from here, I want to drive like I'm trying to score. And when you start becoming a threat, this guy's going to start to come up at me. Boom, now I've got this one wide open. Okay, or maybe I get in that gap and your guy, what happens is they will stop running the offense, or they'll stop playing and just run the offense just to run the offense. And they'll stop playing. So we want to say words to them like, hey, when you're here, drive the rim. Boom, drive the elbow, and then go backdoor. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do here, guys, is coming back in line. 1-0 back cut. Cuts. Yep, no defense now. Is I'm just going to take one bounce, and on the bounce you're going to cut, and then I'm going to make this pass. Now, the pass, when you guys put and I'm going to go one side then the other. When you have your players make these passes, and coaches, you can do this, but I would put players here as soon as possible. This is a skip pass. Okay, and here's the thing: is when you guys are making these passes, when you're ripping through and driving, again, you're low. Now you're not standing up dribbling low, but you're down here, ball's around your armpit. I'm throwing the ball from here, so it's like it's a skip. That ball should be down below my waist, and he should be catching it either by his knees or by his waist. Okay, and if I'm going left, it can be here, and you see where I'm throwing the ball from down here by my knees. Okay, and if I'm going to my left, I like to backhand it with my right hand. If you guys like throwing it with your left, you can throw it with your left. I like to backhand it with my right hand. My left's just not that good. Okay, if I'm coming with my right, it's just here and it's there, and I'm just whipping it. It's a whip pass. Okay. All right, it's a skip pass or a whip pass. It's not a bounce pass. These are not bounce passes. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, and we'll get the next one. We'll go to the other side. We'll go back and forth. This is another way we're getting layups in practice. Cut. And I determine the layup. You'll see me go cut. Sometimes I hit them early, they get that one. Sometimes I hit them late. Don't stutter your feet. Here we go. Boom. Cut. Wherever I hit, you guys want to just go as hard as you can. Wherever you catch it, you got to be prepared to make that layup. All right, so this is a great layup drill as well. You're also teaching them how to cut back door, how to stand, zero to like nothing's going on, woo! And then they go. All right, stand like nothing's going on, boom, cut. And once they get good, we'll actually start to say things like, hey, cut late, cut later. It's almost like a half beat. It almost feels awkward they're cutting late. So I might get here. What a lot of teams will do, say, hey, on the bounce, cut. But give me another defender out here. This is how you score on pack lines. If the pack line's low, if you cut, as soon as I dribble, boom, cut. Defender goes nowhere. Okay? But if I say cut late, what that's given me, the ball handler, passer, an opportunity to do is get a little deeper or get closer to you. So maybe my defender does a good job, and I get here, and you wait until that either second bounce or as the ball is coming up, then you cut. What happens is your defender, if I get closer to you, if I'm just, don't cut at all. Okay? And you're guarding him. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? You're guarding him. Right? See, he's coming higher and higher and higher. So when we say cut late, the cutting late part is to bring the defender higher, and then you can go, right? So if you want to create, right now, separation's in his favor because you're trying to score, all right? So we want to try to suck him out, okay? And the way we do that is, boom. If he doesn't stay, boom, now cut, boom. You see him start leaning that way, and then you cut. So once we put defense on this, guys, as the weekend goes along, it's like sometimes you might, if I'm down here in this stance, you're not cutting, but as soon as you see me do this, that's when you cut. That's if I'm twice as quick as you, you can still beat me if I'm going like this. So now we got two guys working together to get this defender from here to here, so you can go that way. And the ideal time to cut is when my foot leaves the floor, because I've got all this time to step this way, and you should already been going. Okay? All right, so let's do a couple more. Ready? Cut. Yep. Here you go, cut. Boom. Good. All right. And what we'll do is wait for me to make eye contact with you, because I'm going to catch it here. I'm not playing with you until I make eye contact with you. Once I make eye contact, that's a way of communication. We'll talk about that as we go along as well, but boom. Hey, there you go. As a little bit more of a bounce pass. Boom, cut. Good. And sometimes you'll see me as a passer, so when you guys are in the spot making this pass, you'll see me do things. I'll pick it up, and I'll wait a second, and then I'll throw it. I'm trying to give you more time to create separation. Sometimes that separation, sometimes because that defender's in a pack line, they're down here, and you're not open here. You're not open here, and if you stop cutting, man, you were open. This is where you were open. So we want you guys to cut hard to the rim all the time, okay? And let me show you the next step. Give me offense, defense here, and a third guy. Everyone, let's go sit down real quick. You guys go sit down real quick. Just 3 guys. I need 3 guys out here. Actually give me two white shirts. 2 white shirts. 2 white shirts. And 2 black shirts. Give me black on offense in the corner, white on defense. Ball's at the top of the key. All right, you guys are going to see this in the offense all over the place. Now, ball's in the middle of the floor. Okay, this is kind of where you guys are. This isn't bad. This is the pack. These guys run a pack line defense. This is a traditional pack line. And I'm going to go ahead and just bring you out just a little bit more. I'm going to bring you over a little bit more that way, right about there. Okay. Now, when we go backdoor in our offense, and you'll see this when we do point opposite, when we do the open series, point screen away, stuff like this. When they're going backdoor, so I dribble you, you go backdoor. You get behind your guy, and in front of that one, okay, that's where you're going to be open. Now, one-on-one, I personally think that if we're able to create any kind of separation, even if you are going to walk with him, even if he is skin tight with you the whole time, skin tight, skin tight, skin tight, he's still open. If I can make that, the defender can't see the ball, he's still open. So I think as long as there is no help side defender that's going to stop them, if I can make that pass, he can catch it, I think he can score. And that's why, guys, we don't do this. Okay, because when you're scoring off of a layup in your offense, it's like, boom, this is the back cut. So that's why up here when we're doing our layups, you're not chopping your feet. Whatever foot you're off of, you score. Okay? So if you can get behind your guy and in front of that guy, that's the first red flag or green flag. I think he's open. Okay? Now this is why we like posting up off of back cuts. This is how we post up in a game. So when I dribble you back door and you cut real hard, and let's say he denies you really well. Okay, now you're going to watch the guy in front of you. He's going to replace his spot. Okay, now, the reason maybe you're not open is one, because of been the help side. Now you're going to stay on this side. And I'm going to make that pass. So what happens is this. Is here, step off. You're guarding me. Go up there with the ball. You beat me up there. All right, so give the ball here. Now, you're here. I'm going back door. You snapped your head. You did a good job. And he's trying to take away this back cut. And everyone that's scouting is saying, watch the back door. Watch the back door. Watch the back cut. That's all they're doing. So what happens is he's like, he doesn't, and I'm running. So he's running with me. And then, boom, I stop. Because I know when the race starts, I stop, you keep going, you make the next pass, and then here I turn and come back to the ball, and this is where I create separation, and this is how we get our guards open in the post. Okay, if you feed me low, that's fine. I like feeding the post up high as much as possible, okay, and the reason is this. So if I'm you, now again, it depends on how they're guarding you. Bounce pass is perfectly fine, but if this guy's really quick, bounce passes are slow. What I would do is when I'm making this move and he's denying me, when I'm coming back, pass fake low now, and then boom, over the top, boom. That's where I like to receive the ball, as a big or a guard. And here's why. Bounce passes, go and wrap around bounce pass. If your guards, they get around here and they get a piece of it, officials won't call that. Okay, and it's easier for guards to get there because guards are a little quicker. So you make that wrap around bounce pass, and boom, I can get a piece of that. You kind of made it a little harder. Now, throw it over the top, if I'm in the same position, that one the officials will call all day long. So when the ball comes up over the top, we'll put hands out in front of us, catch it here, slap it, catch it here, slap it. If that defender's coming over your shoulder, that's an easy one for the officials to call. But when their defender's doing this, and they're getting underneath, and go ahead and wrap around here, boom. And I get his elbow, get his hand, they don't call that. Okay, all right? Okay, so that's that's why when we teach our guards to post, going all the way back to why we teach our guards to post up, this is how we get our guards in the post, out of a back door. So a lot of coaches will send their cards back door, send them all the way through. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to post up your guards, every time we dribble a guard back door from the wing, so the guard's going back from the wing, we always stop and come back into the low post. And that's like our staple. And then we can always have a wrinkle. Hey, clear it out, and we can do other stuff with it. Okay? All right? Do you guys need a drink of water? Or are you guys good? Okay. Give me the white group sitting down and give me 5 black guys out. Hey, guys with the cameras, can you hit pause? And then hit record again.